scary story written by AI. Once upon a time, there was a small town situated near a deep, dark forest. The townspeople often spoke of the mysterious happenings that occurred within the woods, but nobody dared to venture too far inside. One stormy night, a group of curious teenagers decided to challenge their fears. They gathered at the edge of the forest, armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure. As they stepped onto the overgrown path, the wind howled, and the trees seemed to whisper eerie secrets. The deeper they went, the more the forest transformed. The trees twisted and contorted, casting long, menacing shadows. The teenagers grew increasingly uneasy, but their curiosity pushed them onwards. Suddenly, they stumbled upon an old, dilapidated cabin hidden among the trees. The windows were broken, and the door creaked ominously in the wind. Despite their unease, they decided to investigate. As they entered the cabin, a chill ran down their spines. The air was thick with an unsettling presence. They heard strange whispers and the faint sound of footsteps echoing through the rooms. Each step they took seemed to awaken the spirits that dwelled within. One by one, the teenagers started to disappear. They could hear their panic cries and pleas for help, but they couldn't locate the source. The remaining few huddled together, trembling with fear. Just as their hope was fading, they discovered a hidden door in the basement. It led to a small underground chamber, dimly lit by flickering candles. There, they found the missing teenagers, their faces etched with terror. But as they approached, the door slammed shut behind them, trapping them in the darkness. The candles extinguished, and a bone-chilling laughter echoed through the chamber. They were never seen or heard from again. Legend has it that the spirits of the forest claimed them, forever haunting the cabin and its surroundings. From that day on, the small town near the deep, dark forest was plagued by strange sounds and eerie sightings. A grim reminder of the horrors that awaited those who dared to enter. In the quiet town of Ravenswood, nestled next to a dense and foreboding forest, stories of eerie happenings had circulated for generations. The townspeople spoke in hushed tones about the strange occurrences that took place within the depths of those ancient trees. Whispers of lost souls, mysterious disappearances, and supernatural encounters permeated the air, creating an atmosphere of fear and trepidation. One fateful autumn evening, as the moon cast an eerie glow over the town, a group of adventurous teenagers gathered at the outskirts of the forest, drawn by a potent mix of curiosity and bravado. They were determined to uncover the truth behind the legends that had haunted their dreams. The group consisted of 5 friends: Sarah, a courageous and headstrong girl with an insatiable thirst for adventure; Mark, her loyal and level-headed best friend; Emily, a bookish and inquisitive girl who always sought rational explanations; Thomas, a thrill-seeker who thrived on danger; and Rachel, a shy and timid girl who was easily swayed by her friends' enthusiasm. Equipped with flashlights, backpacks, and a notebook to document their findings, they took their first tentative steps into the forest. The atmosphere grew heavy, and the rustling of leaves beneath their feet became an ominous soundtrack that echoed through the night. As they ventured deeper into the woods, the familiar sights of the town disappeared, replaced by twisted and gnarled trees that seemed to reach out with bony fingers, eager to ensnare anyone who dared to trespass. The moon's light struggled to penetrate the thick canopy, casting eerie shadows that danced around them. A chilling breeze swept through the forest, causing the group to shiver uncontrollably. Sarah, undeterred by the foreboding atmosphere, led the way with unwavering determination. Her friends followed closely, their hearts pounding in their chest. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence. It was Thomas. Panic seized the group as they frantically searched for him. Their flashlights darted wildly, illuminating the twisted landscape. But Thomas had vanished without a trace. Shaken and terrified, the remaining 4 huddled together, desperately trying to comprehend what had just happened. Emily, the voice of reason, suggested that they retrace their steps and return to the safety of the town, but Sarah was resolute. She believed they had to push forward and find Thomas, no matter the cost. Reluctantly, the group continued deeper into the heart of the forest. The once familiar path became a labyrinth of darkness and uncertainty. Whispers seemed to emanate from the trees, their words indistinguishable but laden with an otherworldly menace. Rachel, on the verge of tears, pleaded with Sarah to turn back, but Sarah's determination was unyielding, her eyes gleaming with a mix of determination and madness. Emily, torn between loyalty and self-preservation, reluctantly followed Sarah's lead, hoping to find answers and bring her friends back. Two safety hours turned into an eternity as they pressed on, Their nerves frayed and their senses heightened, they stumbled upon an old, dilapidated cabin hidden among the trees. Its windows were shattered, and the door hung precariously from its hinges. Groaning with each gust of wind, the sight of the cabin sent a chill down their spines. But as the group approached the cabin, a dense fog enveloped the area, obscuring their vision. The air grew heavy with an unsettling presence, and a sense of foreboding washed over them. Sarah, undeterred by the eerie atmosphere, cautiously pushed open the creaking door, revealing a dimly lit interior. The cabin's interior was a haunting reflection of its exterior. Cobwebs adorned the corners, and a thick layer of dust covered every surface. A single, flickering candle provided the only source of illumination, casting eerie shadows that danced. Across the room, the group ventured further into the cabin, their footsteps echoing through the desolate space. As they explored, they stumbled upon an old journal. Its pages yellowed and brittle with age. Emily gingerly opened it, revealing faded ink and handwritten entries that chronicled the tragic history of the forest. According to the journal, the forest was once home to a secluded community that practiced dark and forbidden rituals. They worshipped ancient deities and sought to harness otherworldly powers for their own twisted purposes. But their ambition led to their downfall, as the rituals unleashed a malevolent force that consumed the entire community, leaving only echoes of their torment behind. Sarah, now consumed by a morbid fascination, became obsessed with unraveling the secrets of the forest. She was convinced that the key to finding Thomas and escaping the clutches of the supernatural resided within those pages. Her friends, torn between loyalty and fear, reluctantly agreed to assist her in deciphering the journal's cryptic entries. As they delved deeper into the journal's contents, they discovered a ritual described in vivid detail, one that promised to communicate with the spirits haunting the forest. Driven by desperation, Sarah convinced her friends to attempt the ritual, believing it held the answers they sought. With trembling hands, they gathered the necessary items: candles, salt, and a worn-out Ouija board they found hidden beneath the floorboard. They arranged the items in the center of the cabin, forming a circle of protection, or so they hoped. The room fell into an unnerving silence. As they placed their hands on the planchette, their fingers tingling with a strange energy, they invoked the spirits, their voices quivering as they called out into the darkness, seeking a connection to the other side. At first, nothing happened. The air remained stagnant, and the candles flickered weakly. But as their desperation grew, the planchette began to move. Seemingly on its own accord, the atmosphere shifted, becoming charged with an unsettling energy. The spirits responded to their summons, their presence manifesting in the room. Whispers filled the air, chilling their souls. The planchette moved with increasing speed, spelling out an unsettling message: "You have awakened us. Now, you shall never leave." Fear gripped the group as they realized the grave mistake they had made. The spirits, enraged by the intrusion, sought revenge for their eternal torment. Shadows materialized, swirling around the room, and a malevolent laughter echoed through the cabin. In a frenzied panic, they tried to flee, but the door slammed shut, trapping them inside. The candles extinguished, plunging them into complete darkness. Their screams of terror were drowned out by the haunting laughter that reverberated through the chamber. Days turned into nights, and the group, lost in the labyrinth of the spirit world,